Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's scary continuation, all in on Rotting Regisaur. It was certainly pretty fantastic last night. Some hits, some misses, unfortunately, but I absolutely had to continue this trend of slamming something big. Sometimes one black for a 7/6 is simply enough to get the job done. Certainly was a couple times tonight. Sticking with Temur Battle Rage, I did up Blossoming Defense, the full playset tonight. As always, the list is in the description. Hopefully everybody's doing well, ready to jump into the action, the pain and suffering that hopefully we're going to deliver. As you can see, the deck image changed a little bit. There is one pretty fantastic new addition. I've always wanted to use it. Urabrask Heretic Praetor. It'll make the opponent pray for a chance against this deck, but I don't think that's going to happen. 3 and 2 red, pretty decent. Easy enough to cast, I think, for a 4/4 haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. So that's actually pretty fantastic. In a way, it gets us to draw more stuff. Likely the top card that we would get, we probably always want to play, maybe not so much against control where we don't want to just dump our entire hand and play into a board wipe, unfortunately. But for the most part, Dinos, usually when I'm playing them, I want to just keep slamming stuff and slam home that win. So it's nice playing more things. But at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead they exile it, so it would force them to play it that turn, or it just simply goes away. Do that over a couple turns and effectively they haven't drawn anything. It's going to be really debilitating and disheartening, I would think. But also going along with Urabrask's ability to exile cards, play them at a later turn, of course, that can be pretty fantastic, especially if it's something at instant speed, that is exiling cards from the top at the end of the opponent's turn. Coming around to our turn, we have those extra things to play, but we don't have to discard them because they're not sitting in our hand at all. So it reduces the potential drawback of Rotting Regisaur having to discard a card. Sometimes I have been caught out by that, not wanting to play Rotting Regisaur on turn 3, possibly turn 4, just because I think I have too much good stuff in hand. It doesn't happen often, not all the time. Usually they kill the early stuff, and by the time I play Rotting, I'm dumping enough things, and usually it does become a top deck war. Anyways, still Regisaur Alpha, Charging Monstrosaur, cut it down to 3 to make space for Urabrask here. Now, of course, likely he would only be coming down for 4 with the cost reduction of Marauding Raptor, but Charging cost 5, Urabrask cost 5, should allow us to play extra stuff each turn. That's always what I'm interested in. Something that isn't draw, and certainly the potential to hurt the opponent is very enticing. Copy of Ghalta, as always. A copy of Embercleave. Mana base, nothing too crazy. It is up to 18. I was actually trying a 16 land one, but stuck with the 2 Secluded Courtyards. Definitely very nice. I cut the single copy of the Swamp. Now this list, because it's all in more on the Rotting Regisaur, I don't have Crippling Fear in the sideboard anywhere, so it definitely feels safe and consistent. Cutting that single Swamp, it's going to be a lot better. Say we drew that instead of the Secluded Courtyard. That would not feel so good. Secluded definitely is going to help way more. Helps us to play the Rotting Regisaur, which at the moment is the only black thing that we have. So it's very good. Ghalta for 2 green, shifting for 2 green potentially. That's the land you want, especially with Shifting Ceratops. Being able to use Secluded Courtyard to pay for Shifting Ceratops' ability is very welcome. Sideboard wise, as you can see, Ripjaw, he's got to be in there, I think. I do feel a little unsafe having him in the sideboard and not starting out with it. Of course, if it's something aggressive, stuff at 3 stuff at 4, maybe a bunch of stuff at 2, Ripjaw is an absolutely fantastic deterrent against some of that aggression. Oftentimes it can buy us enough time just so we can continue to slam other things, and maybe the opponent on an aggressive deck doesn't quite run away with things. Blast Zone, kind of in a way like Crippling Fear, I guess you could say, taking out everything at a specific mana value. Can't counter Blast Zone, likely they're not going to be able to counter the ability when we sacrifice it and try to take out some non-land permanents at a specific value. It's very good, very resilient. Should help against Heroic, Azorius Heroic, Boros, Knights, Elves, certainly. A lot of Elves at 1, a lot at 2. This would help against Merfolk, absolutely. Getting 2 counters on Blast Zone, pop it, take out all their lords, likely. They're going to be feeling the pain. I could see myself upping Blast Zone to 4 copies just because it is so fantastic. The worst case scenario, Blast Zone is simply a land that helps us ramp and slam the bigger stuff. And I think that's a pretty fantastic worst case. Faced some Yorion enchantment stuff last night, so, well, Back to Nature is certainly back in. 4 copies because I don't like that deck. That's about all it is. We got enough explosive, nasty power here. Blossoming Defense for protection. That's the main plan. That should usually, I hope, get things done, and Back to Nature is really going to help us at least get a fighting chance against those enchantment decks. Bouncer's Beatdown as well. Well, lots of black stuff is still bountiful, so that's still staying in. Shatterskull, ooh, yeah. Oh, I should do Shatterskull. Yeah. 1 Blossoming Defense, at least. Maybe 1 Secluded Courtyard. Actually, no, I'll do 1 Mountain. 1 Mountain, 1 Blossoming Defense, 2 Shatterskull Smashing. I like that, definitely. I was thinking Secluded Courtyard, but I like that. Well, certainly I think it's necessary because it is 3 colors. Secluded definitely increasing the consistency. Yeah, I could see that. Cutting a, yeah, Temur Battle Rage, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I had thought about Shatterskull. I know it is very good. Has done the trick. Maybe, maybe not. Should just always be in. I'm liking the looks of that. A little bit more lands. A slight sliver of interaction, just in case we need to get something out of the way. Hey, well, that's how it goes. I want to be crazy, and sometimes you guys rein it in a little bit. That's all right. That's all right. One of these nights I'm going to try like 14 lands, and then we'll go back up to like 20 or something. I'll make a couple episodes with a 14 land Dino, and I'll record a win. Maybe it took me 10 tries to get it, but I don't like that fact. Decks maybe seem a little bit better. Perhaps the person is presenting wins and makes it seem like, oh, it's pretty good, pretty consistent, but maybe it took a lot. Oh no, it's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, I'm always happy to try and push the limits of this. Absolutely. I mean, that's all I play, all I love to play. I think it's definitely worth it to absolutely go nuts. See the max you can push any specific deck to. Chances are you may not have time because most people are playing other different stuff, but when it's just one thing, tweak, maximize, crazy, scary potential. So yeah, 1 Shatterskull. Certainly Blast Zone is going to pop and take out some of that weaker stuff, not Planeswalkers. Well, it could take out Planeswalkers, but chances are I'm not going to be putting on enough charge counters to do that. I think Blast Zone definitely is a pretty big missing link certainly would help in a lot of cases. And again, ramping, lovely, lovely stuff. But I think we'll give that a whirl. Try her out, should do good. I guess we probably do only need either Ember Cleave or one Temur Battle Rage. Whatever we slap that on, chances are that's probably enough to really scare them, maybe make them concede right there, even if it's not exactly lethal. Take them down to 4 or something very low that they just feel there's no chance for them to win. Yeah, absolutely. That is one point I forgot to mention with Blast Zone, other utility lands. The fact to use Commune if you desperately need it, absolutely. That's a point to remember for sure. But try it out. It's not super fast, unfortunately. But 2 Ziatoras feels pretty good. At the very least, Commune next turn. Could be a lot worse than this. If I was going second, though, I'd probably try... Whoa. Oh, good stuff. Thunderherd Migration, absolutely. As I was hoping. We're off to the races here. Nah, Forest. We got 2 sources of red. Eventually with the second Ziatoras. Hopefully getting to 4 next turn for shifting, but I could see a Thoughtseize. Hey, Sign in Blood, what's going on here? Shenanigans. Nope, they can't kill Huntmaster, so that's what I'm going to try for. I think there's a pretty good chance it's dead, but well, hopefully not. If it's not, we should be in a pretty good position. Dead. Gotta be dead. I'd be highly surprised if it wasn't. Oh, that is very interesting. Well. Blossoming Defense to save the shifting Ceratops. Yeah, absolutely. This does seem like an Invoke Despair list. But I don't feel too much despair. I think we have a pretty good chance. Sacrificing Huntmaster if it is that. Nah, I'll save that Blossoming Defense. Just in case. Aha, there we go. Bing bang boom. I thought something like that was up their sleeve. That's okay. Oh, that's not okay. Liliana of the Veil certainly is problematic, but gee, I wonder, do we have anything in the sideboard that is good against black decks? I just don't know. It's pretty interesting. It's been actually quite some time since I've faced a true... Oh, you... Well, I don't think you jinxed it because it was absolutely certain. This probably isn't going to be our game, unfortunately. No. Blood Crypt. Give her a go. Try our best, but that is certainly an uphill battle to face. We got enough. We could play... that's going to be very rough. Never mind. We got something. Just gotta hope they don't have... I didn't have Dress in the board. I wanted to try cutting it, but maybe I should add it back in. There's just too much fun stuff I wanted to add. Yeah, that's not going to do it. But Bouncer's Beatdown, definitely, I think, should do the trick. Yeah. I do like vegetables in real life. Broccoli, carrots, potatoes. I just had potatoes, mashed potatoes for supper. Actual, real mashed potatoes. Peas, beans. I love them all. Radishes, cabbage, tomatoes. Oh, it is also good. I love to cook as well. My wife is a pretty fantastic cook also, and try to eat as healthy as we can. But you can imagine with a 2.5-year-old and one on the way, time-wise, it's hard to sometimes find the energy, unfortunately. But we got the beat down. That's what we're going to do. I guess shifting can stay. Potential for haste and trample, of course, is decently nice. Protection, certainly. Well, that's going to be good. I could even see cutting Huntmaster. Yeah, I'm going to cut Otepec Huntmaster. Sometimes, in these cases, I have cut Huntmaster just because the fatal push and ease of taking it out. Oh, good meat. Oh, Mexican stew, rice, beans and corn. Oh, yogurt on top. Good stuff. Ah, that sounds pretty tasty. I used to add cream to my vegetable soups. Vegetable noodle soups. A thick table cream. It was actually quite fantastic, but I haven't done it in quite some time. Spicy beef. Oh my. That does sound delectable. Well, I think that's going to work. A couple less lands, unfortunately, but hopefully eventually getting to Rotting Regisaur. Yeah, mono black is mono rough. Alright, phew. At least we got 3. No Thoughtseize. Maybe. Gifted Etherborn. Oh, something with Death Touch. That's a little bit problematic. At least got a pretty good body down. Should do the trick. I kind of like Regisaur Alpha. Getting rid of Regisaur Alpha, I should say. Well, that's a little unfortunate. Seeing Bouncer's Beatdown and Blossoming Defense go to the bottom. But I'm going to try for that Marauding Raptor. See if it eats Fatal Push or something. I guess in a way it could make Shifting Ceratops a little bit... Well, that was murderous. It's a lot of death and destruction. The deck we're facing. I'm not unfamiliar to this particular scenario. Turn of events. Oh, and I forgot to mention and show off the new sleeves I got today. I know I wasn't going to spend much or anything until Lost Caverns of Ixalan release, but this sleeve that's in the store right now, oh boy. I couldn't pass it up. Just looks absolutely fantastic. Charging it is. Something that can dodge that fatal push is certainly feeling pretty nice. Hold back a little bit. See what they do. Charging Monstrosaur, at least being full toughness, would have to be blocked by the gifted Etherborn. Oh, they want to do that Invoke Despair again, I think. Feels like that's the thing. Oh, there it is. The beatdown. We're going to be laying the beatdown. All right. We can even give Shifting Ceratops haste and... Well, we won't be targeting the Graveyard Glutton, unfortunately, but we're going to be targeting some nasty, nasty stuff. Oh, they want to do something to someone. Field of Ruin. to take out Ziatora's Proving Ground, which is perfectly alright. We could have waited to put a forest into play, but might as well use up Ziatora's, and it's not a big difference either way, though. It is always nice doing stuff at instant speed. And shifting has haste, so we could not give it trample because it's dead. Okay. Haste in the graveyard. Charging Monstrosaur, I like it. Might as well preserve Marauding Raptor. Possibly block the Graveyard Trespasser here. Oh, they feel pretty bold. This might be good. Oh, Urabrask, here we go. Yes, please. Get her done. Have some fun. First card they draw, they exile, so they have to play, which hopefully helps us out. Urabrask, again, being at 5, does dodge whatchamacallit. I mean, didn't do a whole lot. Likely that's maybe what they wanted to do. Well, they don't have enough for what is it? Invoke Despair. Hold back with the Charging Monstrosaur. Hope for the Ember Cleave or Temur Battle Rage. Give it double strike. Hopefully the Ember Cleave though. Ooh, they're getting pretty low. 6. Well, I know what I'm sacrificing. This looks good. Oh. Hey, see this is all because I added extra lands. I knew I should have kept it at 16. Nuts. Nah. That's alright, it's got to happen at some point, likely at night. Well, playing 2 hours at night, I'm going to run into drawing these scenarios. Well, no, that's true, that's true. If it had been a Shadow Skull, certainly would have been pretty fantastic. Taking out 2, 3... Well, I couldn't take out both, but I would also have to have something to discard to target it. Well, Invoke Despair is pretty much the best thing black can do, unfortunately. Especially if we have no enchantments or planeswalkers. There's really no coming back from this. I don't know why they didn't attack with the Rider to kill us. Well, we draw lands and nothing much else. Huh? That's alright. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. We tried to do something. Bouncers beat down, but yeah. Put those dress in. Okay. I do like the possibility of not having to worry about Invoke Despair at the very least. Yeah, you know what? I'll cut the Back to Nature's duress. Where is it at? Okay. Duress overall would be more versatile. You could use it for just about anything. Anything problematic. So not just enchantments, of course. That Back to Nature is fairly narrow. I mean, we may not even face Yorion enchantments tonight. But, well, I might have jinxed myself and watched me face it back to back for the next 2 matches. I could see that, yeah. Maybe not even any Ripjaws. No, I gotta keep Ripjaws. Yeah, let's try that. Again, Commune, digging for the utility lands, any lands, dinos specifically, Thrashing Brontodon if something is problematic. I've always wondered about just a couple Thrashing. For the most part, I like the full copies because the worst case scenario of Thrashing Brontodon is a 3-4. Pretty decent. Oftentimes, especially with this list using 4 Marauding Raptor and 4 Otepec Huntmaster, Thrashing Brontodon pretty likely is coming down for 2 green. And 2 green for a 3-4 is decent. Agadim. I'd always wondered about Agadim, but I think it's a little bit restrictive. Maybe a little bit too hard to cast. Requiring 3 black. I'd probably want that other swamp in. I'll think about it. Something that reanimates. Maybe 1 or 2 things. Perhaps it's not Agadims, but some reanimation stuff. Because certainly a lot of decks kill a lot of our stuff quite easily. Sweepers, Invoke Despairs. If we get even 1 body. But if we can get 2 at once, of course, if it's Regisaur Alpha plus, well, pretty much anybody else, Rotting Regisaur combined, that would be pretty good. But there is a couple things if I wanted to return creatures from the graveyard, in case anybody hasn't looked into this. And if you're in a tribal deck that has black, raise, you guys may have seen this before, but raise the Dragger, still don't know how to pronounce that, but 1 in the black, instant speed, choose 1, return target creature, we don't care about that. The second mode, return 2 target creature cards, that share a creature type from your graveyard to your hand, and it's instant speed, so yeah, that'd be pretty good. I think doing it on the opponent's turn, the end of their turn, get 2 big heavy hitters. Who knows what it is, but if it's a Regisaur Alpha and a Rotting, or maybe it's Marauding Raptor plus Regisaur, Charging, you can imagine. And especially Liliana of the Veil making us sacrifice stuff, and Invoke Despair also making us sacrifice things, along with other stuff. Heroic Intervention, providing indestructible and hexproof. Sacrifice does get around that. Takes out Carnage Tyrant. Having to sacrifice that has happened 1 too many times, unfortunately. Maybe someday I'll use Raise the Drogger. Raise the Dino. I like it. Certainly fits the theme with Rotting Regisaur. But, couple dress, I like it. Should come in handy. Useful against a lot of stuff. I've always thought about just Heroic Intervention. Why would I bring stuff back if I can just save everything? But again, when it's sacrifice, you can't really save a creature from that unless you bounce them potentially, but a lot of that stuff is in white, and that would be too inconsistent if I wanted to add that possibility to the deck. I kind of would like to face another mono black. Get the practice in against that. Bring in the Duresses, and I will invoke Despair upon the mono black opponent. They'll be like, oh, what's going on? Maybe I should be playing Jund Dinos instead, because that's better than mono black. They'll probably not think that, but... Ooh. Not quite. 2 lands, well, no. Oh, wow, that is like infinite. Better. Turn 1 Commune. You know it, you love it. Oh, charging. I gotta go with Ziatora. I wanted to be a little bit greedy with that Charging Monstrosaur, but Ziatora is going to, well, prove useful. Thoughtseize. Hey, look at all that stuff at 2. That's why you get a lot of early things. Drover the Mighty, maybe instead of Thunderherd Migrations, something like that. I'll get the Huntmaster. Guess it probably would have been better to go Ziatora's instead. It's looking like something fight rigging related. But we drew Dino. That's the benefit of having lots of them. If they discard the only one you have, well, it might still work out pretty good. Certainly Ziatora's for the turn. We're off to the races. Sitting pretty. I like our chances here. I assume it's fight rigging. When you see Paradise Druid and those lands, oh, double Paradise Druid, man, this is making me wish I had a sweeper of some kind. Hopefully they don't kill Huntmaster. At the very least, I still would get to go shifting Ceratops next turn. Fatal Push, and it is good. That's right, but definitely the 2-mana stuff, that's really why I've been using Thunderherd Migration a lot more often. You can't Fatal Push a land. That's as simple as I can put it. But we got a body. They could still Fatal Push shifting, but at the very least they do have to meet the requirement of a permanent. They can make us sacrifice it. Also very good. Land. You can do it. I think they're thinking of another Thoughtseize. Maybe. Well, they're waiting for us just to concede on the spot. Something like that. Hopefully they don't have another Fatal Push for Marauding. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Taking them forever here. Putting us to sleep, and I've even had coffee. Maybe they have bad... I jinxed myself. Nuts. I don't know why it took them so long. All I can guess is they've got a bad internet connection. There's always the possibility that they're simply playing slow. I'm going to go with Urabrask. I want to try and get Charging Monstrosaur down next turn. Maybe take out Liliana. Rotting? Okay, that's pretty good. Hopefully we don't lose it. Hopefully I get something that gives a Rotting Double Strike and Trample. Well, Fatal Push. I do miss a sweeper. Anger of the Gods, Storm's Wrath especially, would be very nice to top deck in this scenario. Take out everything they have going on, but we get a land at the very least. Hopefully draw something usable next turn, but a pretty good chance. That might be it for this game, at least. Man, if this isn't a good case to keep in Bouncer's Beatdown, the mono black, and then this, I don't know what is. Man, look at that removal. Blood Chiefs, Fatal Push, Binding, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize. Ooh, pain. And suffering. But that's all right. This is bound to happen. I've played against stuff like this hundreds, probably thousands of times at this point. If I haven't quit yet, I'm probably never quitting in the face of rough matchups. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Yeah, that Storm's Wrath is really looking really good. Oh, Bouncer's Beatdown. Get that dress. Blast Zone. I could maybe see Blast Zone being pretty good. If we got it to 3 charge counters, popping it to take out Liliana, Graveyard Trespasser, Tireless Tracker. That does sound pretty good. Now that I think about it. Yeah, let's do the Blast Zone. Well, you saw how many fatal pushes. Yep. And perhaps we are missing Carnage Tyrant in this list. I mean, Hexproof, of course, it doesn't get around that Invoke Despair, but, well, also doesn't get around Liliana. It would be a little bit more durable, which would be welcome indeed. I'm just going to cut Marauding. Sometimes I have done this in the past against something black related, sometimes mono red burn, that sort of thing, where just Marauding and Huntmaster are too, well, yikes, they don't last too long, that's for sure, as we saw. Cut to Commune. Just because I have brought in a lot of non-dino stuff, the chance for whiffing and not being able to grab anything with it has increased a fair bit. Sometimes Commune is the part that I cut. Ooh, okay, that's good. Hopefully no Thoughtseize to get rid of Thunderherd, of course, but yeah, that's definitely something I'm happy to see. No Thoughtseize. I think everybody just jumps to the conclusion that maybe they're roping. They know it's already a bad matchup, so they just take longer and hope we quit. Well, there it is. I jinxed myself. 100% they're getting rid of Thunderherd Migration. They just want a quick game. They're used to maybe people conceding a little bit quicker than this. Hey, Trainer James, how's it going? I mean, it's been a little bumpy tonight, to say the least. Mono Black killed everything the first match, and Golgari is certainly continuing the trend. Lots of fatal pushes, binding of the old gods, a wide range of the classic usual suspects of painful killing potential. But like I was just mentioning, I'm been through it all, and I haven't quit, and I don't see myself quitting. Perseverance. I always have a good time. I mean, it's certainly good practice to try and edge out those wins, even if it's one game, but of course I was trying to win the match, do something. Black is everywhere in all formats, absolutely. Mono black or splashing for it, but I hear mono black in standard is just running rampant, doing some crazy nasty things. Oof, hey, speaking of black being everywhere, Bouncer's Beatdown. Trainer James, if you haven't tried it already, ooh, yes, use it. Lovely stuff. Certainly I'm going to be doing it right now to... No, wait, don't target Rotting. Hold on a second. Soren, stop that card advantage. I like it. Yeah. If black is everywhere, you bring the thing that takes out black things. Permanence, oh well, creatures or planeswalkers and exiles them. Very key, very useful, and hopefully no removal for Rotting. But if they have Fatal Push, again, they do have to meet that requirement. I kind of feel like Regisaur Alpha. No. Charging, yeah, charging. Dress, hey, alright. We gained some information at the very least. Do have to say goodbye to Regisaur Alpha, but this feels good. Gruul Aggro, Alchemy, some crazy stuff always going on in Alchemy, I would imagine. Yes, absolutely. Something to deal with Sheoldred. Now they could combine block everything. You know what? I'm going to try that. I don't think they'll combine everything to kill it. No. But yeah, it's Rending Flame would be nice. I don't think it's the Fatal Push. I should have... Well, I did know they have it. Oh, nuts. I played right into their hand. I'm not used to having the information of what's in the opponent's hand, so I simply don't look at it. I haven't used Duress only a couple times. Pretty much just last night is when I started using it, so I just automatically assume I can't see what's in their hand. Yeah, I was completely blanked and forgot they had the Fatal Push. That's okay. But this will certainly do it. Especially if we don't draw another land next turn. Yeah. Huh? The matches are over quick. That's okay. Can't win them all. Sometimes you lose a little bit back to back. I still enjoy it. It's pretty scary for me too. Scary all in. Glass Cannon certainly susceptible to being interrupted, so that's certainly a weak point. Having lots of cheaper things, and if they don't stick around, it creates a headache for the costlier stuff, which is maybe part of the deck that could be trimmed, lowering the curve so I can at least play something a little bit more consistently. The Charging and the Regisaur I do absolutely love though, and stuff that's even costlier than that. Has worked in the past, but of course just about anything can work if you play it enough. And maybe you get lucky the first few times. It provides a false sense that the deck is really good to start, but you never know. You do always want a big sample size, just in case, and get the best idea with any changes and variations, slight tweaks. Certainly this looks to be as good as I could possibly hope for. 3 lands, we got our sources of black, sources of red, eventually for Charging Monstrosaur. Hopefully Urabrask, but oh, that blue stuff, they can't counter for 1 blue. Woohoo. Spirits though, it's looking like. I haven't seen Cut Down a whole lot. I was expecting to see a lot of Cut Down combined with Fatal Push, but maybe people are just feeling that it's not as good as they were thinking it would be. At the very start of Dominaria United, I did see it a fair bit, actually. Hopefully they don't counter this. Oh, hey, yes, there you go. That is why you start with Shifting Ceratops, because what is likely mono blue spirits, they're going to cry tears. Yeah, let's try swinging with Marauding. Maybe it's bounced or something. But we got Shifting. They didn't counter Marauding. I think we're off to the races here. But definitely, I was worried about Cut Down combined with Fatal Push, which is already painful enough with Huntmaster and Marauding. And Cut Down also taking down those things is, well, it was scary. I was very scared. But when you're facing mono blue spirits, You slam Shifting Ceratops as fast as possible and don't ask any questions. Don't look back. Definitely going to be swinging with it, and hopefully they don't realize how protection from colors works. They can't block it. They may be thinking they're going to try to. Okay. They're probably dead at this point. Supreme Phantom, supremely dead. Oh, it is justice. The algorithm knew that they fed us enough pain those 2 previous matches. They're like, okay, there you go. Absolutely, and I would like to research if spirits traditionally use the full playset, because it seems like I see it very often. I would imagine it's probably the full playset, just because mono blue spirits use the snow-covered islands. Faceless Haven, yes, definitely just threatening. Killing Shifting Ceratops actually has, I think, sometimes saved the mono blue spirits list, but really that's the only thing. But something at instant speed, Bouncer's Beatdown could potentially take out that Faceless Haven, even if we have to pay 3 to do it. It's not bad. Duress, probably don't need a whole lot. Oh no, hold on, yeah, Blast Zone. Blast Zone also, I think, is quite fantastic against the spirits list. Pretty much every spirit at the moment either costs 1 or 2. They can't counter the land. They can't likely counter the ability when we sacrifice it. I also like Blast Zone for the spirits matchup. That was part of the inspiration, because a few times I've been caught out not being able to really get anything on board, keep it on board. But we're going to blow up their board. I hope. Blossoming Defense? I would say we probably don't need any Blossoming Defense in this matchup. There's not really much targeted anything, come to think of it. It's probably just bouncing from Brazen Borrower. Everything else is counter spells and that sort of thing. Yeah, definitely think it's another added edge. If Shifting Ceratops can't get down, or I can't find it again, having Commune with Dinosaurs. But Bouncer's Beatdown. A little bit more interaction. Yeah. Certainly Blast Zone should be something, or should have been something I considered maybe a little bit sooner, just because I have been using Commune with Dinosaurs. Yeah, that's also not so good. I'll try one more. Okay, well, it's the Queen. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Maybe it's a little bit greedy to keep Ghalta instead of... Okay, all right. Yes, please. Secluded Courtyard, I don't think they'll be able to deal with Marauding. Hopefully that's not the case, but they will have 2. So that could happen. I'm going to cross my fingers, because if they can't, hopefully not. Yes, don't bounce it. Oh, they're going to bounce it. Okay, phew. I was worried that was a Brazen Borrower for a second. Don't bounce it this turn. Curious Obsession. Want to take out that Rattle Chains ASAP. And the Mausoleum Wanderer. Well, let's get it down. Hopefully it's going to be fast enough. Marauding Raptor can't block anything, so might as well attack. We can't give Shifting Ceratops reach, unfortunately. And hopefully I get the Blast Zone. It would be nice to take out Mausoleum Wanderer. We'd also take out Curious Obsession. It is a non-land permanent that costs 1. and the Spectral Sailor. That'd be a decent amount of stuff, but we may just be dead. Yes, I think that's the case. 4-2. Yeah. Well, that's Mono Blue Spirits for you. Lots of fantastic aggression, certainly supported with the Lords. Lots of flying. Does the trick. And I don't like Curious Obsession. That is lovely stuff, giving them probably a pretty good chance. Every turn they get an extra card, likely. Decent. You can imagine if we were maybe one turn sooner, things might have been problematic for them. More problematic. Ooh, hey, yep, keep not having to mulligan at all is big. Gotta love it. Hopefully, Charging Monstrosaur can land. Double charging. Well, Marauding it is. I didn't have any Dinosaur to play on turn 3 after the turn 2 Marauding, so might as well try for this. If I had Shifting Ceratops, I might have risked playing Marauding Raptor. But I wouldn't have had 2 sources of green anyways for shifting, so this is good too. Oh, this could be... yeah, definitely take that action. Well, no, we'll continue with the ramping. Thunderherd. Reveal the Marauding, that's already been revealed. Good stuff. They were thinking of sacrificing the Mausoleum Wanderer, perhaps, but they want to take out something more problematic, which there really isn't a whole lot. Man, this is going to be nasty. Hopefully, ooh, well, we'll see what they do with this Marauding. I imagine they'd want to do something to charging, but we still have one left over to pay extra costs of things. Can't pay the extra cost of that, unfortunately. I do miss Domri Anarch of Bolas protecting against counter spells like that. It is a little bit unfortunate. We have 2 Maraudings out, so Shifting Ceratops, if we do get it, would die. I jinx myself. I always do that. Ooh, I like this. Yes, indeed. Okay, I'm just going for it then. I imagine they have something for flash, but... rattle chains to block the charging, I would think. Maybe. Oh, no, Marauding, that makes more sense. Okay. Well, in a pinch, you know, even though shifting dies, it does power up Marauding Raptors. They gotta be feeling a little scared. I don't think Shacklegeist is gonna save them. Like it. Yes. Woo. All right. Mono Blue Spirits. Got her done. Didn't even need Shifting Ceratops, which is very rare. Of course, doesn't happen too often that both Marauding Raptors have survived. Sometimes if I have 2 out and I'm worried about a future Shifting Ceratops or something that dies to the 2 pings, I kind of be a little bit more aggressive with the Marauding Raptors and kind of hoping that the opponent kills them, in a way helping me. They get rid of some removal, so it's one less bit of removal, maybe a creature or something, and then the following turn hopefully I slam that shifting or Thrashing Brontodon, potentially. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, they found a worthy opponent. Quick, Emzen 86 Arena. That's funny sounding name. Oh, yeah, that's alright. I did win the Spirits matchup. Didn't even need Shifting Ceratops. Just kept slamming Charging Monstrosaurs with 2 Marauding Raptors out, and it did the trick. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. But this looks lovely too. Yes, it was absolutely beautiful. I wonder if it's mono black. Based on these sleeves, it certainly seems like that's the case, unless they're faking us out. Oh, they're not. Well, it's something black related. Yeah, Ziatora, certainly. We have a play for turn 2. Hopefully no Thoughtseize, but could be fight rigging or something. Yeah, I still want that Thunderherd. Get us closer to charging. Next turn we can still go Rotting Regisaur plus Ziatora's Proving Ground. Then with the Blood Crypt get to 5 on turn 4 for charging. Double Rotting though feels pretty good. Another slow player. Interesting. A lot of slowpokes tonight. This looks like fight rigging. Certainly feels like fight. Maybe they also have Rotting Regisaurs to meet the requirement of something with 7 power, and playing that thing they exile with the fight rigging card. Rotting is a pretty classic pairing. Kind of would like 2 Rottings. That would be detrimental. Jund. Okay. Are they going to do something to someone at some point? You know what? I think I'll get rid of Commune. Could potentially have grabbed a Ghalta, of course, but Secluded Courtyard. Get that Charging Monstrosaur down. Start just smacking them with some nasty, nasty damage. That's pretty good. Beautiful, for sure. A little bit late on that Thoughtseize. Okay, well, it is something black related. Didn't see anything black to begin with, but maybe I'll wait. Kind of tempted to bring in Blast Zone. Switch Shifting Ceratops with a couple Ripjaws. A couple Thrashing, just in case it is that fight rigging. Maybe Thrashing saves us, potentially. I would imagine they got the Fatal Pushes and whatnot. I'll cut Huntmaster. Just in case they got cut downs, Fatal Push. I kind of want Duress, now that I think about it. Gain the information if they have that removal. Get rid of that removal, get rid of one copy of Liliana, take out another copy with Bouncer's Beatdown. Ooh, we can't go turn 1 duress, but that does look very good. Probably Ziatora to start, just so we get that source of black. Second turn go the second Ziatoras, and Love Struck? No, this is definitely fight rigging. So hopefully this duress, like I was mentioning, allows us to slow things down. Hey. Okay, we gained information. They got a lot of big, heavy hitters. Unfortunately, slamming Shakedown Heavy. Ooh, that's going to be tough. Oh, but Bouncer's Beatdown is also going to be tough for them to deal with. Yeah, Thrashing Brontodon. Next turn we could go Blossoming Defense on it. Bouncer's Beatdown to take down the Shakedown. Nuts, never mind. Oh, yeah, I know. I could see myself casting it, or crafting it, I should say, pretty soon. Especially if I run into situations like this. Yeah, I'll make him draw a card. I don't want to take 7. Man, that's some big heavy hitters, unfortunately. That might be it for us. We can take down 1 with Thrashing. Let's swing and see what they do. I'm sure they imagine something is up, but you never know. Good stuff. Alright. Blossoming Defense. Power it up to kill it. Bouncer's Beatdown. Wait, no. This Shakedown Heavy. Take it out for 5. Temur Battle Rage on the Thrashing Brontodon. Double Strike, Trample, Bing Bang Boom. My plan worked. Not the best, but I knew they had another copy in hand. But man, that was... I think that was the only copy of Blossoming Defense, because I cut the other ones to make room for the duresses, I bet. Speaking of duress. Well, let's see if it's something nasty. Hopefully we can there we go. Yes, please. Whew. That is pretty sweet. That's got to be another land for the Regisaur. Hopefully that's bought us enough time. Probably going to have to take a hit from something nasty. I'll do it once. Oh, Ronus, that's going to be rough. Yeah, that's probably going to lock things up for him, I imagine. But Ghalta, oh man, that would have been nice. A little bit too late, unfortunately. That's right, we did some fantastic stuff there. Certainly gave us a bit of a fighting chance in duress. I like it. Possibly if they have no cards and they're tapped out, they attack with the Shakedown Heavy and they draw a card. Then next turn we're able to go duress and they have one thing in hand, where before they wouldn't have had anything, potentially. I'm keeping that in. I'll keep everything like it is. Was pretty nice slapping Temur Battle Rage on the Thrashing Brontodon. A little bit hesitant just because it is a 3-4. There might be some, well, lots of scenarios where we're not going to get the full benefit of that fantastic spell. Ooh, that's not so fantastic. I'd risk it probably if I had 2 lands because of Thunderherd Migration there. Once more into the mulligan. Okay, this is something. Take the ping and we'll get some information. Kiora? Well, turn timber? Get rid of turn timber. Something that could be a land. It might slow him down big time. Hopefully seeing a 3rd land next turn, we'd be able to go Rotting Regisaur plus Bouncer's Beatdown. Hopefully it's a source of green, and well, we won't be able to take out Ronus. Indestructible is not a fun time. But at the very least, they can't attack or block with Ronus, so gotta keep that in mind. Not too worried about Kiora. Hey, well, we still can't play it. Nuts. Well, pressure that nasty thing. Likely, well, they'll probably... Oh, they won't. Okay. Oh, good stuff. Slow down their draw and ramping, and sometimes it may not matter. At least nothing will be at 7 power, so they don't get that exiled card quite yet. And Thrashing Brontodon actually could sacrifice itself. Nuts. This is one of those scenarios, especially with the addition of Thrashing Brontodon, needing double green, needing lots of early red, a little bit of black. Things can be a little bit awkward. Definitely why I love Gruul colors, super duper consistent, and that's alright. You run the risk. Still at 18, pretty healthy. Nuts. Nuts. Well, I guess we'll wait and see what happens. This thing they play with fight rigging, if it's anything super impactful, that's probably going to shake down heavy. At least they'll kill the werewolf. Well, I was going to kill the werewolf pack leader, but they're going to use its ability, I guess. We'll still get to kill it, which is nice. Mostly would have been dead otherwise, I think. Yeah, well, that shows the importance of sources of green. That match was mean. It was not a dream. Well, at least it doesn't happen too often. Alrighty. Keep the fun going. Ride Okra. Oh, playing first. Good stuff. Yep. Yeah, I like the looks of this. Commune. Very nice. Ooh, 1 mulligan. Looking good. Interesting. Facing a bronze for sure. Ziatora as it is. At least we have enough for the chargings. Hopefully not seeing any more lands. Oh, Dimir colors. Black's bad enough, but when you add in that stuff, yikes. Shatterskull, definitely going to wait and see if they play any creatures, maybe. Hey, Dimir Rogues, it's actually been quite some time since I've faced this deck. A long time. Shifting Ceratops would have been quite nice. I would imagine they have some number of counter spells, so might not have been safe to go Shatterskull. And I want, well, to take out two things. At least. Maximize the value from it. Certainly that could be something that happens next turn. Might try for Charging Monstrosaur, see if it draws out some counters. Oh, milling so many lands. Actually, that is very helpful for us. Shifting would be somewhat helpful, but being in black, there's probably a pretty good chance they can get rid of it. I would like to take out Silver for Master, though, now that I think about it. Nah, I'm just going to try for Regisaur. Okay, there it is. Felt better, I guess, in a way, having him counter Regisaur Alpha. I like the Charging Monstrosaur. Same cost. It's the one body, which might not be so good, but 5/5 Trample Haste. Hopefully that's the only Thoughtseize they have in hand. I'd be worried a little bit. Okay, we got a body. I'm just going to keep up the aggression. I'm liking the looks of this. We're going to try to keep up the aggression. They don't have a whole lot in hand, so I could see myself taking out 2, 4... Soaring Thought Thief, definitely. Yeah, we could do a 2-for-1. If we take out the Silver Fur Master, it would drop Soaring Thought Thief down to be able to get killed by the Shatterskull. 2. Yeah, let's try for that. We can't. Oh, we have to play this. Unfortunately, I forgot. We need 5 in total. I hope. All right. Good stuff. Oh, I feel that bought us a little bit of time. Maybe not enough. Certainly Brazen Borrower is... that's going to be difficult. Don't really have any way to take it out at the moment. At all, I think. Temur Battle Rage on the Charging Monstrosaur might help do the trick, though. Give her a whirl. Maybe. Right. Now potentially we still could get them at next turn. What am I thinking? They got lethal right there. I like the Blast Zone. Get around some of those counter spells. Again, it's a pretty aggressive deck. Lots of stuff at 2, lots of stuff at 1. We'll get it done. Bouncers beat down. Decent amount of stuff in black being Dimir Rogues, so should be quite a few targets for that. Certainly counter spell protection from shifting quite nice. Ease of killing things, probably have a decent amount of that for Huntmaster, so makes some sense to cut it. But they do have a lot of targeted interaction. The Drown in the Lock, I think, the Brazen Borer to bounce stuff. Blossoming Defense might have the thing stick around long enough. Maybe it's the Lethal Swing and Bouncer's Defense does the thing to save them and get the nasty stuff through. Shatterskull, certainly I'm going to keep that. It was an all-star pretty much. One Blossoming Defense. Ooh, well, no, I can work with that. Certainly nice. Seeing the shifting. Having 2 on turn 2 for Thunderherd. Let's still play it safe with the Thunderherd. Nope, that's alright. We still got plays. Unfortunately, I think, well, maybe they'll get rid of shifting. It's probably more of a headache for them. Of course, Commune would get us to a 4th land eventually, being able to play the shifting Ceratopses. So that does certainly make sense for them. Yep, let's keep the lands alive. Right, at the very least, probably getting the shifting out. They don't see Ghalta. We only have 1 copy of the Queen, so would be nice to slam that at some point here. See them maybe, well, no, I don't think they can sacrifice the Merfolk Wind Robber to meet the requirement of Fatal Push, so we might have a little bit of time. Slap Temur Battle Rage on somebody next turn and might finish them off, especially if it's shifting Ceratops, but I would like to see the Queen at least once tonight here. Can't take out shifting Ceratops with Drown in the Lock because it is part blue, so I think shifting is going to be the headache I'm hoping for. Alrighty. Maybe could have held 4 back just in case they have a counter spell for that Temur Battle Rage. We'll see if that's the case. That's alright. Ooh. 1 in a red for 5 damage. Pretty decent stuff. Hey, Heaven, how's it going? How's it going? Fried okra. Maybe some people pronounce it okra. Something like that, but yeah, okra. Fried okra, eh? It's actually pretty fantastic. I haven't had it a whole lot, but I had it in some spicy soups before. Very, very lovely. I think this does it. Heaven, you joined at the right time to see us demolish fried okra here. It's making me hungry for that. Pretty healthy, I imagine. Being a vegetable, of course. Nah, we'll decline. We got him on the ropes. All right. Whew. Oh, you do love okra? Okay, good stuff, yeah. If you put it in soup, just because okra is kind of, well, it's got lots of space in it with those tiny little seeds, it kind of holds the soup or whatever it is, some sort of liquid, and really enhances it. You get sort of a nice mouthful of soup sort of in the okra, kind of like sliced up, sort of like a cucumber in maybe a couple centimeters thick, half an inch, something like that, so it can really hold a bunch of soup. A little bit of soup, certainly if it's something thick. I don't know, might be good in a potato soup. Potato, bacon, okra actually would be probably pretty good. And hey, you know, it would be healthier for sure. Yeah, I'll keep it like that. And I think okra in general is probably somewhat expensive. It's not a super popular vegetable, so it could be a nice way to eat healthy on a bit of a budget. Let's see. Oh, we do have Blast Zone, so that actually should save us quite nicely here. You know what? I'm going to take the action. See what Commune can grab us. Hoping it was a Marauding Raptor, but Ziatora's Proving Ground, of course, is pretty fantastic. We don't have a turn 2 play, so the turn 2 land might as well be the thing that has to come into play tapped. Could potentially... No, we couldn't have gone both Communes anyways. Don't have another source of green. Along with those two. Oh, there's... I was thinking they were considering Drown in a lock. Well, Marauding Raptor is a lock. Because we got enough lands. We're going to be playing some heavy hitters. Certainly Shifting Ceratops at some point, but... Next turn, try for Marauding Raptor. The Nighthawk Scavenger, though, is going to be difficult. That's going to be the headache. This might not be fast enough, especially if they kill Marauding Raptor next turn. The Nighthawk itself might do us in. Hey, thinking of fried okra, cooking and stuff, perhaps sometime I do a Arfie Games behind the scenes cooking special. Always wondered about different stuff, and well, seems like it would be pretty fun. Ooh, double Rotting Regisaur. That is tempting to say the least. Okay, let's go all out. Double Rotting for the win. Maybe they counter this. Oh, they don't. It's very rough having to discard 2 things next turn, but 2 Rottings might provide lots of pressure. I don't think they'll want to attack with the Nighthawk Scavenger. Hold it back next turn to block one of them. Hopefully this Thieves Guild doesn't go powered up, getting Death Touch, being able to trade with Marauding. Actually, it probably could. Nuts. Bouncing it. Oh. Well, I'll probably discard... we'll see. We'll see what we draw next turn, if that changes things. But I could imagine Marauding plus Shifting Ceratops. They don't have any blue rogues at the moment. Go Regisaur plus Blast Zone. But they got the Nighthawk, so that might just simply do it. We need the Bouncer's beatdown. ASAP. Yikes. Although, shifting Ceratops to, yeah, shifting. Maybe pressure the Nighthawk Scavenger a little bit with reach. Surprise him with the sneaky reach. Similar to sneaky trample. It's good stuff. Keep swinging with the Rotting Regisaurs, trade with the Thieves Guild Enforcer there, and then next turn we only have to discard one land when one of them dies right here. Hopefully not both of them if they flashed in a Thieves Guild. Brazen Borwer, huh? Well, we're not quite dead yet. If they don't take out shifting, we can... Oh, no, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Never mind. What am I thinking? It could have removal for this. Hopefully that's not the case, but if it is, we're dead. Reach. Phew. We bought ourselves a turn. Oh, that Temur Battle Rage, that would have helped us out big time. Charging Monstrosaur. Oh. Does that help at all? Both have to block 4 to 14, 19. Nah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They have the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Luckily, they missed that. The previous turn would have been lethal. That's okay, though. Yeah, a little bit more misses than hits tonight, but over the years, some nights have been more positive than others, but it's always a positive time having you guys watch right now, later on. La salade. It's keeping the theme with vegetables. Very interesting. Is it trying to subconsciously tell me something? Oh, what's my shirt read? Here, let me make it a little bit bigger. 1 second. Then I gotta remember to reduce the size right there. Okay. Oh, and I gotta go back to the music. I forgot about that. Nuts. Right. We can work with that. Yes. Classic. Very classic. My wife got me this shirt, and long sleeve shirt. Certainly keeps things warm. Definitely. It's getting a little bit colder. We had frost some places last night. It dipped a little bit below 0. It's getting cold. Hustle. I guess this is a little bit of a hustle, a little bit of a grind. Wanted to play it safe with Ziatora. Again, didn't have anything to go turn 3 after the turn 2 Marauding anyways, and getting that source of black could help us out. It does get quite bad, yeah, sometimes, unfortunately. The Phoenix check, I haven't faced this Izzet Phoenix variation, a new thing from Dominaria United. This could be rough. Oh, it's Izzet instants and sorceries, whatchamacallit. Ooh. I wish I had Anger of the Gods right about now. Oh, we got another land. Exactly what I'm hoping for. Next turn's going to be nice. Charging Monstrosaur for 3. Protect it for 1 with the Blossoming Defense. Possibly protect one of these Marauding Raptors with the Blossoming Defense, but I may just save it. If one dies, it would allow for Regisaur Alpha safely next turn. It and the token it makes would survive because, well, it's just one Marauding, but man, this is a lot of nasty aggression. My. Well, it could be dead next turn. Seeing all this stuff, those things could get a little bit too big, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just going to go with charging, simply because it survives all this stuff. Try to be as aggressive as possible. Ooh, interesting. They're not taking the chance to take out charging. Okay. Well, we hope they can't kill us, but there's a pretty good chance that's going to happen. Six, 9. Yeah, well, that doesn't. That certainly does it. A very different Izzet Phoenix. Not exactly the best game in the world, but 2-2. Blast Zone it is. Blast Zone it is. Don't really need thrashing. Yeah, I haven't faced that particular new variation of Izzet Phoenix yet. Very, very nasty stuff. Balmor, Battle Mage Captain. Whenever they cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 and trample. So have lots of cheap creatures as they have right now. Then they cast Quinferno, so copying the next instant or sorcery spell they cast. Lightning Strike there. Effectively, it's 2 lightning strikes, 6 damage, extra instants and sorceries, and really just it does the trick. But Blast Zone will do the trick. A lot of very cheap creatures at 2, at 1. If we can get the Blast Zone down early enough, pop it, I think that's going to be pretty detrimental. Doesn't seem like they have a whole lot of targeted stuff. They do have that Lightning Strike to keep in mind, but I feel we may not need Blossoming Defense as much as I thought we might. It does look nice, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fantastic, versatile. I don't think they're ever going to reprint Lightning Bolts. 1 red, 3 damage to any target at instant speed. That might be a little bit too good. But it is nice to have the classic, fantastic Lightning Strike. Very versatile. Thunderherd, we got to keep that. I don't feel that'll be playing Rotting Regisaur. It might be a little bit rough, especially since I did have to mulligan once there. There might be some very key things that I simply don't want to discard at all. So I might have naturally wanted to play a little bit slower and not go Rotting Regisaur on turn 3. Lightning Strike, no. Shatter Skull Smashing. That's going to be nice, taking out some goodies, some baddies. But at the very least, you know, we do get to 5 next turn. Liking the looks of this. Yes, new sleeves. I know I said I wasn't going to be spending much or any money until Lost Caverns of Ixalan releases over a year from now, but in the store today, they had this fantastic looking sleeve on sale. I just had to buy it. A Janny looking kind of similar to X-Men, I guess. Sort of X-Men themed there. Yeah. couldn't pass it up. I think it's probably going to be pretty rare. It's going to leave this door, then you won't have a real way of getting it. Lovely, lovely. Now the question is, kill some stuff? Yeah, I think so. Well, try our best. 4 in total. Hope that buys us enough time, but with the Sprite Dragon, it might not matter. Especially if they get another Sprite Dragon with the Phoenix trick. Nuts. That's pretty slick. Fading Hope simply to get more damage. And just kill us, huh? Nasty. Gotta keep an eye out for that. Certainly if I face it anymore. Yeah. Very, very scary. Oh, I think so. Not any traditional sweepers. Mainly it is just the Blast Zone there, which certainly is very hard to interact with. Blast Zone, of course, being a land, can't counter it, that sort of thing. And if we did get it to 2 charge counters, taking out the Sprite Dragon, no matter how big it is, the Balmor, whatchamacallit, whenever they cast an instant or sorcery, their creatures get more powerful and trample. Seems like Blast Zone still would be a very fantastic thing against that deck and a decent amount of others. Mono Blue Spirits, some Rakdos, of course, and because it takes out non-land permanents, of course, Rakdos Sacrifice, Witch's Oven. We can pop Blast Zone the turn it comes down, of course, because it enters with that charge counter. Taking out every non-land permanent at 1 would be fun. Not for that Rakdos Sacrifice deck, but for us, it's going to give a little bit of a fighting chance. Often enough. Right. Let's keep her going. See if this opponent is also vegetable themed. Vegetable named. Broccoli Master. Something Master. Radish Lad. That's not vegetables. Ooh, but this is a very fantastic hand. I'm liking that. Well, we got plenty. Ziatoras. Yeah, absolutely. I can't say it enough. The worst case scenario of Blast Zone is, well, it's a land. I see lots of black. I hope, oh, Huntmaster survives at least a turn. This is good. Technically, he survived a turn. Oh, he's still surviving. Well. I'm going to get rid of one. No. Commune. I feel that they'll probably take out the Marauding Raptor. Actually, you know what? Let's cancel that. Get the Secluded Courtyard down. I want to go both Maraudings. Take out Liliana with the one pumped up Marauding being at 4 is very lovely. Definitely nice to take her out. Probably kill one Marauding here. Next turn, Urabrask, Shallow Dread. Oh no, I dread it. Well, they didn't. Let's see what they do. Oh, they took it. Well. Cycle Ziatoras. Urabrask unfortunately dies. Perhaps I should just start with Bouncer's Beatdown. I've seen a lot of black stuff tonight. Meathook Massacre, that is certainly a massacre. Maybe we do get to play Urbrask, which certainly feels good. Alright. Hopefully that guy sticks around. Well, he stuck around for a turn, at least. Not quite dead. If we let Shallow Dread through, we would die next turn from drawing a card. Well, gotta be Blossoming Defense. Maybe deter the aggression from Shallow Dread. Nah, we're not winning this one. But Bouncer's Beatdown is gonna bring the beat down as it always does. I could see maybe Duress doing the trick. Absolutely prioritizing that thing. I'm gonna take out Temur Battle Rage and the Embercleave. That's just super important. And protecting big heavy hitters. Yeah, let's do it. Gotta take Shield Dread out ASAP. It's not a Bouncer's Beatdown, but still looks like it would provide a pretty good beatdown. Plenty of lands, very nice to see. It was Marauding. Try for it. I mean, unfortunately, we did have to pass up a Bouncers. I'm just going to go Ziatora. Probably a pretty good chance they have maybe Cut Down, Fatal Push, something like that that would get rid of Marauding, or would have gotten rid of Marauding. It's pretty similar to last night's deck, yeah. Like I thought, hopefully they don't have a second backup. But very, very similar to last night's. Well, they have lots of removal. We might not get her done. But at least we get to slam a big guy. I'm happy to take her out. Doesn't bother me. Hopefully they don't have a second copy, but I would imagine they might. Thinking tomorrow night might go back to Gruul, possibly. Still keep with the Temur Battle Rage, give big things, double strike, trample, that sort of stuff. Oh, that, yes. That is Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, the new Phyrexian Praetor, 2/2 black. Death touch, whenever they draw a card, they gain 2 life. Whenever we draw a card, we lose 2 life. So the longer it stays out, the more value it accrues, I think is the word. And just a 4/5 death touch is nasty. You want to kill it as soon as possible so things don't get too out of hand. It's looking all right at the moment. They don't have too much left, so we got a chance. But absolutely, she does the trick in a lot of cases. Hopefully we have something big enough for Bouncer's beatdown. Some dinosaur at least at 5 power that can simply take her out. And because we're not fighting with Bouncer's beatdown, well, we're not attacking either. Man, I'm missing that Carnage Tyrant now that I think about it. Ah, it's take 2 damage. You know you wanna. Take 2 more. Take 3. Oh, they're digging for a body to start attacking because we got nothing. All right, Huntmaster, at the very least, we can save it. Stanley, how's it going? How's it going? Retro hits. You're on 500 subs. Good, good, good. Stanley, absolutely. I would play a Temur deck. I have done it a couple nights. Probably about 6 months ago, and then I think a little bit recently I did it. But 100%. I will be doing Temur again at some point. I do love the potential for counterspell protection. Maybe we counter the Meat Hook Massacre that mono black often does. Torment of Hailfires. Well, that is a torment. Decline. Decline. So we got 5. Decline. Now we'll discard a card. Decline, decline. Phew. We survived. Hooray. Hopefully they can't kill it. A hard time today. Oh, that sucks. Hopefully it starts going well. But, you know, you're joining me here and bam. Kill yourself with Castle Lochtwain. Whew. Every time I think of maybe cutting Charging Monstrosaur, you see situations like that. Tomorrow is a new day. It absolutely is. And this is always a fun, hopefully fun, relaxing time, even if I'm having a painful time against opponents. I'm always having a good time chatting with you guys. I think we keep it as is, try and go as fast as possible, and hopefully avoid that Torment of Hailfire. Man, that is nasty. Yeah, well, Temur Dinos again. Maybe sometime next week, some night, I'll set it up, start brushing off the dust and buffing the rust from that list. Maybe try out some different things for Temur. Temur colors are blue, red, and green, so a little bit of that counter spells potentially to maybe counter the sweeper that the opponent is using, big painful things. Maybe counter a big creature. No one's probably going to be expecting counter spells in a dinosaur deck, so sometimes we can catch them off guard, but that is unfortunate. Retro hits. Legendary blue dinos. Yes. I do absolutely have so much love for this. Played it for 4.5 years. Going to continue playing it even when I have rough nights like this. Haven't won a whole lot. Can happen to anybody. It certainly is an awesome one. And, you know, the fact that maybe not a lot of people play it, it's kind of elevates things, highlights it. If anybody is interested in dinos, well, maybe they're not so interested because things can get interrupted quite easily in situations like this. Likely they're going to get rid of Huntmaster, but hey, we still got to play for turn 2. I'm surprised actually they got rid of Commune now. I'm going to play it safe. Go reveal Rotting Regisaur. It's already been revealed. Likely they have removal for stuff, and just makes sense to get lands that are basically impossible for this deck to destroy, get rid of, whatever. Rotting Regisaur does make sense. Rotting and a Blossoming. We don't have a source of black at the moment. I'll take the ping, just so I have one green left over for Blossoming defense here. Probably protect the Marauding, or at least make them not use their removal on anybody. Oh, there's the thing I dread. But Blossoming defense could power up maybe somebody enough to... Oh, I like that. Well, we'll attack with the Marauding that's pumped. See if they do anything to block it. They know there's Blossoming defense, so I don't think they're going to block it. Okay. Still decently healthy at 16. Hopefully we get some big heavy hitter. Charging Monstrosaur, of course, being at 5 toughness, surviving 2 pings of Marauding. Temporarily being at 1 toughness, or having taken 4 damage for the turn is kind of difficult. Hey, Blossoming defense, save somebody. Oh, we got something. I like it. Still not attacking, but that's all right. Hopefully Urabrask Heretic Praetor lasts a little bit. It's kind of cool. One Phyrexian facing another Phyrexian. Oh, well, I know what I'm sacrificing. Not blocking. Ooh, that's pretty good. I mean, unfortunately, still at 4 lands, can't play Regisaur Alpha. But keep up the aggression and hope we get enough to get something done. Actually, I should have played. I forgot that Blossoming defense left our hand at the end of turn, so we would have done extra 2 damage. I don't use Urabrask too much, but I'm going to have to keep that in mind if I keep using them in the future. I bet they're playing that second Eldest Reborn. Well, mono black multiple times tonight certainly does the trick. Bouncers beat down 100%. That's staying in. Over the years, I have had some painful nights, certainly trying out different things, even if it's a super tuned, refined, fantastic list. Some nights might just not be our night, but I will always continue to push the limits, try out stuff. I'll make the mistakes, so maybe you guys don't have to. At the very least, it's going to be an enjoyable time, relaxing, fantastic. Again, chatting with you guys, Stanley, Heaven, retro hits. Hopefully things start improving, but at the very least, you can join me here. Have a good time, I hope, and always happy to see you. Who else we got? Izzet. If you're still watching, thanks for watching. And Draco, eventually. Trainer James as well. Alrighty. I'll leave it there. Remember, there's always room for improvement. Always room for fun. Always room to push the limits. Hopefully you have a good night, a good morning, a good evening, afternoon, lunch, brunch. Always fun. Thanks for joining me. Yes. Okay. I'm going to work on those sweaters tonight. Hopefully, yes. Have a good night as well. Start one design of the sweater at least. Talk to you later. Peace.